Hello, all. Welcome to episode 9 of Top 5. Top 5 is where I will take a professional wrestling topic and rank my top 5 occurrences for that topic. I need to apologize for letting this channel go dormant for the past few months. I have had to deal with some health issues as well as the beginning of the monumental 10th season of my WWE Fantasy League. While I can't guarantee frequent videos while Season 10 is in full swing, I will try to add to this channel when I can find the time. In this episode, I will be ranking my top 5 reasons why I absolutely cannot stand the wrestler I have dubbed the human waste of space. You all know him as The Miz. There have been several wrestlers that have come down the pike that fans have been destined to hate. On the flip side, there have been numerous that have gained popularity through their in-ring work, personality, or charisma. The man who I have placed on the pedestal for who I hate the most is The Miz. Whether he was portrayed as a heel or in the rare instance where he was a babyface, I could never bring myself to appreciate him as a talent in WWE. Several of my wrestling fan friends have given me grief over my attitude towards the self-professed A-lister. They don't understand why I have never liked him. Well, now I am going to give you all the answer and using my top 5 format to do so. Let's start with number 5. Mike Mizanin first arrived on the television scene thanks to a reality show on MTV known as The Real World. I can't say much about his appearances on this show because my TV hasn't had MTV on it in the entire 21st century. From what I have been able to gather during my research, Miz performed well on this show as well as other reality-based projects, and that gained him a tryout with WWE. The Miz was first exposed to the WWE audience when he competed in the 4th season of Tough Enough. He was able to outlast every contestant during the season, save one. Daniel Puder would eventually win the competition. Although The Miz was able to gain a contract with WWE, the man who beat him on Tough Enough did not last long. The only appearance that I can remember by Puder was during a Royal Rumble, and the Tough Enough winner was targeted by a few veterans and eliminated in short order. I don't believe Puder was ever heard from again, but this is the guy who beat The Miz. We would get our next prominent look at The Miz when he was selected to host the 2006 Diva Search. In my opinion, he was absolutely horrible in this role. This is possibly where my disdain for him began. Take a look at The Miz. I'm not talking about his body of work, but his actual body. Does this look impressive? Does he look like he should be one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history? My answer is hell no to both of these questions. While Miz has improved in the area of delivering his offense, credit where it's due, some of his moves look like they are rehearsed. In my general observation, I have noticed on several occasions where Miz will perform a move, then take a slight pause, then deliver another move, then pause again, then give another move. It makes him look like he is thinking in between moves of what he is supposed to do next. If you are looking for someone who is crisp in the ring, The Miz is not your poster child. Miz is afforded the opportunity to use his mic skills to further his storylines. While what he says does make someone want to punch him in the face, the way he sounds makes you wonder why you would even bother. What I'm trying to say is that the way his voice sounds doesn't scream wrestler to me. Now, I will admit that when he gives an impassioned promo, he does sound better. I will point to his monologue from Talking Smack when he gave a verbal beatdown to Daniel Bryan after DB stated that Miz wrestled like a coward. If all of Miz's promos were performed like that, I would have no issue. The problem is that when he uses his normal voice, The Miz doesn't sound like a wrestler. How many times have we seen The Miz compete in a battle royal? How many times in these battle royals has he been thrown out of the ring, through the ropes, and stay on the outside? How many times have we seen the perceived winner of the battle royal get jumped by The Miz at the end and eliminated? The answer to these questions is all the same. Too many times to count. This type of strategy, when used sparingly, can be innovative. But when The Miz uses it in practically every battle royal that he is in, it becomes old and tired. It makes him look like he couldn't win a battle royal straight up if his life depended on it, so he has to use this shitty tactic every time. How many times have we seen The Miz in the limelight, but only because someone else has put him there? I can give a few examples. John Cena. Miz never main events a WrestleMania unless Cena is across the ring from him. He was an afterthought while holding the WWE title in his match with Cena. The focus was to build the Cena Rock main event for the following year. Anyone could have filled that spot. Daniel Bryan. The Miz was DB's coach when NXT was a reality show. I still have no clue why this was done because Daniel Bryan could tie Miz in knots with little to no trouble. But The Miz stayed relevant because he would constantly berate his protege. Once again, anyone could have done this. John Morrison. If you want to know why The Miz has won tag team titles, look no further than who his championship partners have been. He's won tag titles with Morrison, Big Show, Shane McMahon, and a host of others. He always looked like the hanger-on with these pairings. Whenever these teams split, Miz came out on the short end of the feud that followed. Maurice. How the hell was Miz able to gain the affection of his wife? This has baffled me for years. She must see something in him that I don't. He has used Maurice for distractions and interference on numerous occasions to gain victories that he never deserved. Damien Mizdow. Who was the breakout star in this pairing? It sure as hell was not The Miz. The former Damien Sandow was able to develop a new persona and clearly outshined his partner. By the end of this scenario, Miz looked like the weak link while Mizdow was able to enhance his character. Randy Orton. Finally, I will talk about the man that Miz cashed in his earned Money in the Bank contract. I have always had respect for the Viper because he is willing to make anyone look good for the benefit of WWE. What if Randy were not so giving with The Miz? Does Miz win a WWE title? I don't think so. I have never really liked anyone or anything from Cleveland. When my mom was alive, I rooted for the Cleveland Browns only because she was so passionate about that team. After my mom passed away, I was able to switch my alliance to another team. Eventually, I would have banned the NFL as a whole for reasons having to do with my status as a U.S. Army veteran. I have never been a fan of the Cleveland Indians or Cavaliers either. The main reason is because both of those teams have sucked for generations. Sure, the Indians had some success in the 1990s, but they could never win the big one. The Cavs won an NBA title, but they sold their soul in order to do so by having an American trader on their team. What had they done prior to that, and what have they been able to do since? Nothing. The Miz is from Cleveland, so as far as I'm concerned, when I think of The Miz, I think of Cleveland and all of the ineptitude of that city. Now you all know why I hold such hatred for The Miz as a WWE superstar. For those of you who have been blindfolded for years and actually like the human waste of space, you can create a counter argument for me and answer a question. This is my top 5. What's yours?